Alright, today on the channel we're starting Star Wars Zero Company. I guess we're now a channel that does Star Wars content all the time, apparently. Because we're also playing Knights of the Republic 2. This is a XCOM-like game, a tactical, turn-based game. I've deliberately ignored a lot of information about this, not all of it. I'm very much aware of some of the basics of the game, but I don't know how it's going to go as far as like a strategic layer or like what the later parts of the game look like. I've also heard this game is optimized very poorly, so we'll see how that turns out. We're going to go with expert because we're not babies. We're not doing best scar mode, which is Iron Man, no resaving. We will just reload if we like squad wipe or something, since it's our first time playing. There was something that flickered on the screen there. I don't know if that's a bad sign.
Is it as bad as they're saying?
7 more worlds intend to secede. The Senate will announce it in tomorrow morning's session. That's only the headline. Intelligence was just briefed on reports of a separatist fleet massing in the Serralona system. The planet's about to become a battleground.
Then we need to make our move.
You got someone?
Hawks.
Name's familiar.
They were a rising star in the Grand Army, captained the 100th Clone Company, under Jedi General Pong Krell.
I remember Pong.
Right, I've read about them.
He's the little fella,
Weren't
right?
they
Maybe I
dismissed
don't remember
after
him.
leading their company into that massacre on Antine?
That's what they put on the news. Whatever happened, Hawks went private. Built up their own intelligence outfit. Zero Company. Take a look for yourself.
So, we have character creation, I know this. We have 6 available races. Out of the options, the one that appeals to me the most is Zabrak. But if I do a Zabrak, I'm just going to make Darth Maul. So I think we're going to do a Devaronian because that's a novel choice for a player race. Like, the rest of these are pretty obvious. Human, of course. Twi'lek is Togruta, pretty iconic at this point. So is Zabrak. Miri Allen, maybe a little more novel, but, like, you could play Miri Allen's in, like, the Old Republic MMO. So, like, this is a race I've seen as playable before, but not a Devaronian. So let's do that. Also, I should say, if the camera position becomes a problem, I'll move it. If the frame rate becomes a problem, I'll try to fix it. This is probably going to be a rough first episode. So we can be a lady. I don't know if I've ever seen a lady Devaronian, like ever. But we're not going to be a lady. We're going to be Devaronian Hawks A, I guess. What does this button do? Is it just cancel? Why is this... What is this? So let's choose a cosmetic preset to start with. It's just starting with nothing, but it doesn't change anything. What is this button? Okay, anyway. Alright. So what I think I'll do is I'll pause the recording while I play with the character customization stuff here. That way I'm not, spending 40 minutes making a monster for you. I'm going to jump in here real quick and highlight a few things here on character customization. There are 2 face shapes. Narrow or thicker face. These are just ladies. Like bigger and smaller ears, basically, and like different lip shapes. Not much there, actually. Skin tone customization's decent. Eye color stuff is decent. Eyebrows. Oh, I didn't even look at the eyebrows. Yeah, I think I'm team no eyebrows here for this man. And yeah, like the body type is just male female body type, irrespective of whether you choose a male or female character. We've got like 5 sliders for freckles, 5 sliders for vitiligo. Why? Okay. No offense to like anybody who suffers from this condition in real life. Why is this such a go-to customization option for video game characters these days? Out of all the things they could add for detailing, why is this like in Fallout? This is in other things. I don't understand why this is such a common thing. It also looks very weird on a Devaronian. There's like a decent range of scars. It looks like we have to customize horns here in a second, but I just mostly caught off guard by the fact that there's only 2 faces. I don't know if this is because we're an alien. I don't know if this is because face options are limited in general for the characters, or if this is tied specifically to the fact that we're like the main character that we have limited options, because like he had to voice dialogue and cutscenes and crap like that. Maybe, I don't know. Little underwhelming on the customization side there compared to like XCOM 2. And I'm gonna be making a lot of comparisons to XCOM 2. It's unavoidable. All right, chiming in again. Few horn colors, 3 whole horn styles. For the beards, missed opportunity to have like a stereotypical like devil beard, like that little pointy strip. That would have been pretty funny. I think for a Deveronian specifically. Um, the prospector mustache is pretty good though too. I think I'm gonna go with it. No beard because it seems weird to have only a beard and no eyebrows or hair. Strange that would be. All right, well that's our dude. I think. So yeah, the tattoos. I did. I was said I'm not gonna do Darth Maul, but I did a guy who's red with dark tattoos anyway. It's fine. At least he's not a Zabrak. It would have been worse. You can't make the tattoos black, which is weird to me. This is like gunmetal, and this is the darkest it gets. Same with the horns. Why is black not an option? That bothers me immensely. And I threw a little, like, again, no black exists, so I threw a little subtle gray eyeshadowing in there to make the eye sockets look a little more darker and sunken in, like he's, depressed. So let's get into it. What next? I hit E, and nope, that just cycles back here. I go back. Okay, great. Okay, outfits. Okay, we have to pick our outfit. Okay. Well, why don't I pause and look through what we have for outfits? At the end of the day, I have to go with a long coat. So we're keeping the default outfit, actually. Again, black is not an option. So I went with a dark blue with some browns mixed in. You have 4 different color slots there you can use to customize. And a good selection of outfits, surprisingly. So, given the limited options for character, like facial customization, I do like some of these armors quite a bit too. But I'm gonna use the long coat. If a trench coat is an option, I gotta do it. All right, specialization. So these are our classes: assault, gunslinger, heavy, medic, soldier, sharpshooter, scout, and scoundrel. I don't know anything about the capabilities of these classes, so I'm gonna go through and read these. You know what? Let's keep this on video. Frontline fighter, assault, maneuvering battle score, medium to close range kills. So like your shotgunner, I guess, basically. Melee damage pushback. First movement increased. Gains crit chance against exposed enemies. Blaster fire, disorientating in a cone. Gunslinger, fire 2 times of any combination of enemies. Fire a lightning fast sidearm pistol shot. Increase crit chance for all range attacks by 6%. Each attack with a single turn grants +1 blaster damage. Applies only to attacks with a primary blaster. So like a dual wield gunslinger type, obviously, given that it's gunslinger. The pistol like spec for like the sniper in XCOM 2 is what I'm imagining here. Heavy, frontline combatant, heavily armored, tough as nails. Taunt enemies. So taunting is a thing to control who gets attacked. Gains defense, 2 stacks of retaliation, max health increase, defense increase. We've got a medic. All nearby allies gain stacks of morale. Restores 2 health per stack, and then 1 stack is lost. Okay, so a heal over time effect, combat stim, stimulant, increasing damage and health. Med packs gain bonus healing. Permanently with a med pack that does not use a utility slot. When the operator rescues an ally with ally is fully healed. Okay. I mean, does what you would expect. Scoundrel. Mark an enemy to assist the next ally that targets them. Make a chosen enemy vulnerable, allowing the next attack to critically hit. Increase their assist damage by 1. So this is like, this is a little bit like the Bond shit from XCOM 2, right? Like, if you're doing an assist, you have like one guy who's doing the primary attack and a second guy like joins in. So the Scoundrel seems to be bait around some assistance stuff. Penetrating defense, scout, ambush and reconnaissance, well-timed attack, more advantage using the attack, the greater the damage. So each time you damage enemy, you gain advantage, and this gives you some other bonuses. Assess targets, granting advantage. Okay, so get advantage, consume advantage, sure. 20% chance to gain advantage when you defeat an enemy. Operator damages an enemy with their blast so the enemy is spotted. Chance to hit penalties from range and smoke are ignored. Okay. So yeah, I mean, makes sense. Sharpshooter. Fires a calculated blaster shot that always hits. Seems nice. 0 in. Set up a position for accurate shooting. Gain 3 stacks of lethal, increasing chance to hit by 15% and critical chance by 9. Overwatch chance to hit is increased and damage is increased. 10% chance to hit bonus on all blaster attacks. So a little bit like a sniper, but not necessarily. Like, you have the setup thing, but you also have these like Overwatch effects and just accuracy increases. Then we have Soldier. Rocket Strike fires a powerful rocket explosive impact. The Brutal Strike, which is a melee attack. Strength increases melee damage and throw range of grenades and increases blaster damage and grenade damage by 2. So a little bit of a combat jack of all trades, it seems, given that they have both melee and range bonuses plus grenades. I'm drawn maybe to the gunslinger. That sounds fun. I always enjoyed pistol builds in XCOM. Weapon class. Separate from specialization, which is interesting. That's weird to me if the specialization is sidearm pistol. Fire 2 times. Each attack on the single turn gets +1 blaster damage. Blaster has to use primary blaster look damage. That's uses secondary considered sidearm attack. So I guess the sidearm is, you know, the secondary pistol in a sense. So I guess you could still do a blaster rifle gunslinger, and you'll pull out a sidearm pistol to do some attacks. Okay, let's start from the top. Long arm. Long barrel blast with a high output and excellent accuracy at long ranges. Difficult to handle. Base damage and crit make these a favorite thing of snipers. Slow and require extra AP. Blasters are lighter. Fast weapons fired without limit for 1 AP. Blast damage is modest and crit damage is low. So spammy. Repeaters. Modest base damage, substantial rapid fire damage when fired with 2 or 3 AP. Firing a repeater uses all available AP. Okay, so like fire till you're out of AP, and it's more effective the more AP you consume. Having weapon choices unlinked to classes is a good idea, I think. I like this. It allows you to do a little bit more. There's more combinations of abilities that way. Blast weapon that is larger, more powerful than a pistol, typically used by military, blah, blah, blah. Base damage, good crit. Can be fired as a fast weapon once per turn for 1. Additional shots require 2. Okay. Well, I feel like the blaster is appropriate for, like, you know, conceptually the gunslinger. That's an ultimate. I don't know what that necessarily means. So increase the operator's critical chance. So theoretically, each attack within a single turn grants +1 blaster damage. Only applies to attacks with the primary. So I'm seeing 2 routes here with this, right? The crit route, I would want crit damage is the lowest. We would want like the highest crit damage in that sense, right? Like the long arm blaster, because you get the increased chance to crit. And the crit chance is the same across all. The other thing is the weapon damage scaling up. So if you take the high crit damage, then the weapon scaling is not great because you're not firing a bunch of times. I don't know if rapid fire would work with the increasing damage. So I feel like the Keen Eye is leaning into the sniper thing and Onslaught is leaning into the blaster pistol. I'm going to go with the blaster pistol. I don't know if maybe we can change this if it ends up being bad, but it feels appropriate for the class. It looks cool. All right. Okay. Last name is always Hawks. We can change our first name. Okay. We've got our background, which is also fixed. Served in the Republic as a captain of the 100th Clone Company. Nickname Zero Company. Failed assault. Scapegoated. Military career ended. Rebuilt Zero Company's independent outfit. We got 2 voices.
Welcome to the team.
Money in the bank.
Male and female. Okay. Great. Is this random or are we canonically Tesh? Tesh Hawks. That sounds dumb. Let me think of a name that sounds appropriate for the character. Alright, we're Tomahawks. Let's go. Lock it in. Yeah, that's some Orabesh, alright.
They're exactly what we've been looking for. Skilled, experienced, comfortable in a war zone.
Known operators include former Separatists and Syndicate associates. I'll grant you skilled, but a band of crooks led by some washout?
Fathom and the Coil aren't sitting on their hands. With Seralonis under threat, our window's closing. We take a risk, or we lose.
Agreed. Contact Talks via proxy. I'll clear the funds.
No, that's what I call a Star War. I should say this is Clone Wars era, if that wasn't clear. I'm definitely an Old Republic enjoyer. That's my preferred era of Star Wars, but...
Who's ready to blast some clankers? Oh, I'm ready, Sarge! Yeah, I'm spoiling for a scrap. Pilot, look out!
Clone Wars definitely gives you like a good set of fodder enemies to fight against and stuff, so I can see the definitely the advantage of the era. Okay, we got some fucking critter with too many eyes.
Still got it all, man.
I'm old?
Where's
Art
IE then,
imitates
Cap?
life, I
Got a
guess.
signal out. Ride's on the way, but it's gonna be a minute. How we looking, Cab? Cab, you hear me?
Hurry makes hurty. The slow working means the fingies keeping.
Good for you, Pops. While we're all wearing blaster bolts for neckties, you'll still be able to do your arithmetic.
Getting hot over here.
The irony being that he's missing an arm, I
Keep on it,
guess.
Papa. We're gonna buy you some time.
Alright, tutorial segments. Yay. A little bit of jitter there loading into the battle. We'll see if that is persistent
We've got clankers.
during the battle.
Get to cover, Cap.
Alright, victory depends on battlefield awareness. Use WASD to move the camera, QE to rotate, navigate the radio menu, and move with the mouse button. There are two UIs you can use in this game, apparently, like the radial one, or a more traditional linear XCOM style one. We'll see how we feel about the radial one first. Navigate the radial menu, select move, and then pick where to go to. We are being told what to do. We are going over here into cover. Okay. Attacking. Use quick blaster fire. Automatically target the enemy you have the best chance to hit. Once B1 is in your sight, use spacebar to confirm. Can we just click to confirm? 6 damage, 100% accuracy. He's got 4 health. He'll just die. Do we have variable damage? Because it just says 6. Is this an estimate or is it strictly 6?
Let's light them up.
It is. It did 6. Using your squad of operators together is essential. Move Aurelio to the highlighted position. This is the Rhodian. Always good to see a Rhodian.
I see him. I see him.
I feel like underappreciated Star Wars race Rhodians. They feel very iconic to me. And I feel like they don't get the love they deserve. 40% chance to hit for 10 damage.
Frick! Blast! I don't have an angle.
Move
Cover
trick to flank. Full cover and half cover reduce chance to hit. Yep, standard XCOM stuff. To improve your chance to hit, look for advantageous locations and move your operators accordingly. Move trick to the highlighted position. Yep. Okay, so far, camera placement's pretty good for this. It's covering the bottom part of those little, like, pop-ups, but it's just tutorial shit. It's fine. I might have accidentally covered some stuff on the character creation thing, but I wasn't thinking about it there. From this position, Trick's target is exposed, and the droid's cover no longer protects it. Chance hit when target's enemy is much higher. 100%, 10 damage, confirmed. Oh, he's a clone. Okay. I thought this might have been the guy with the one arm, but no. I suppose he's working, right? We're giving him cover. So yeah, I guess we got a clone. Oh yeah, you can see the squad down there. All right. Hold, yes, not tap.
I'll get you next time.
Okay, thankfully they're not shooting at the guy behind who's clearly fucking flying. All right, defeat the remaining B1 battle droids. Action points. Each operator has 3 action points to move, attack, and use abilities. Some actions cost multiple. Use what you learn to defeat the rest. Okay, great. Letting us off the hook. Okay, so moving. 1, 2, 3 AP. Okay, great. That's one question I had. Is this guy is just flanked, yeah? Do we know what weapon we have? Fire repeating blaster, final action. So this guy 31 damage. So that's 31 if I'm firing. Okay. Yeah, there we go. If I'm firing all my shots, presumably. I want to know. Okay, scrolling doesn't actually work. Cool. I want to know what my base damage is, but I don't seem to know. I mean, we can assume base damage is going to be enough. These guys have 4 HP. We're doing 30 with 3 AP. I'm sure we can get some other stuff done. You... Do we have a icon that shows that he's inherently flanked there? It doesn't really appear to be that way. %70. So we could do a little move maybe up to here for 1. Okay, there we get a preview for damage value. So that's showing 85. Okay, it's just like inherently 85. So once we get into that range, it just is what it is. How is this guy in the back not worse? How is this... Okay, there. You see the 35 briefly? That is the only angle where he's actually under cover from. By the time we can see him, we can just basically shoot him. Less so from this side, I guess, because he's easier to see. Okay, I get it. I understand what we're doing here. You definitely need to move because your position's a little awkward. I think we'll take you first. Move you here. We can take this shot.
Take this.
Okay. That is probably okay. Oh, and you're a blaster rifle, so we can't do anything else with you. Yeah. We needed to move into cover, so I mean that seems fine. Alright, what can we do here? We are a pistol. 65, 60. I don't know if I gain that much from moving. We do get much better shot actually there. Alright, let's take you first.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Okay, the pistol working pretty good there for that. Getting the scaling damage or whatever. Solid.
Never doubted you for a second, Cabby.
The client gets their Guga, but what about the rest?
I reckon it's up for grabs.
You want to do the honors, Pops?
3-4, pry the door.
I've seen that little critter before. Well, that's
Guy's your
I don't know what that
score.
is. I've definitely seen it.
Cab, check for more of those things in there.
Cab, no checky. You.
I'll cover you.
Yeah, that's what you said
not-
last time.
It's not Star Wars without some alien that speaks with baby talk, isn't it?
I guess that's what we're after.
Company coming.
Definitely seen that little critter before. I just can't think of what it's called.
Eyes up.
Looks like a
Look alive.
Weequay. Couldn't tell what the other ones were. Maybe just humans. Maybe more Weequay. Alright. Maybe more of a real fight on our hands here.
Separatist mercs? Guess they're pretty fond of that hollow puck.
Setting up
Let's show 'em what we
Overwatch.
can do.
So we are forced here to do an Overwatch. Looks like we're taking a 2 move into this high cover. And then they want us to do an Overwatch, which is zone-based in this. And so we're setting a zone-based Overwatch seemingly here. Seemingly here. Seemingly... Oh, I see how it works. You stretch the target. So we have less accuracy, either because of the stretching or just generally at far range. Unclear, actually, how this works. Because obviously the shot chance would be higher up closer anyway. Creates a reaction zone, automatically attack enemies that move or attack. Select it, target the highlighted zone. Yeah, not clear to me if the accuracy is simply lower because it's further away or if it's because of the zone. The fact that we make a choice feels like the accuracy is lower because we've stretched the Overwatch zone. Otherwise, why would you make a choice? Like, why would it matter?
Aurelio, help me out.
Overwatch is an overall...
cover you,
Operate
Kev.
as an Overwatch in the turn with
I
AP
don't
over
like
can
the
take
look of
more
these
reaction
sims.
shots. I see. Okay. Okay. And I guess these guys don't get to go for some reason. I guess maybe because it's, you know, the tutorial segment. They're only having us do 2 people to show Overwatch stuff. Okay, Overwatch ends because we took the shot.
Good work.
Okay. Then this guy gets to move up. He sets an Overwatch.
Having the upper end.
Breaking
down.
Overwatch. Use Overwatch to pin down your operatives. Break Overwatch with an attack of your own. Move Hawks to the highlighted position. Yep, we are doing a flank. We are shooting this man. We are at 1 AP, but if we had a blaster rifle here, how would the game accommodate that? Because theoretically, we can only fire this because it's a blaster. Unless the blaster is not the choice we made, but is scripted for this segment. Melee attacks with your operators get up close and personal. Select Brutal Strike, then target, and then use... Choose the position. Okay. So we do this. We're hitting you, and then we're going for the positioning. I can't tell if it's got one it wants me to pick. Guess it doesn't care where I go. No matter what I do, he's kind of
Enough
exposed.
messing around.
I guess the other 2 guys in the back are just fucking watching. Weird that they show up. Yeah, you're exposed. I suppose that's scripted, right? He's always gonna be, no matter what he does, he goes into a position.
Hang on, Aurelio.
Yeah,
We're
so that
coming.
we can learn how rallying works. Loses all their health, is down, suffers injury. Downed operators can't take actions. Use escape to close the radio menu, then highlight Aurelio and use rally to get him back to the action. Okay. We rally you. for 1 AP, and I guess I gotta take a position around him.
I got you, buddy. Cab, Trick, get a move on.
Let's hustle, Pops.
Oh, I guess they were like laying down covering fire, conceptually. Okay. Okay, now he's got 2 little red health things, so yeah. Operators can suffer 3 injuries, Aurelio now has 2. Operator suffers a 3rd injury will be KIA, when permadeath is enabled. Use what you've learned to keep your operators alive and defeat the separatist attackers. Okay, so this man can permadeath. Right, you need to get into some cover, my man. 30%. Pretty bad. We are in cover. 65%, but these guys are a lot tougher. So, yeah.
What's the play?
And you can brutal strike. Fire's repeating, which is friggin' lethal. If we hit, which is not looking very likely. So I feel like getting the repeating blaster guy into range to gun one of these guys down completely seems like a potentially good idea. We cannot get into melee in any way. So I'm thinking we move up. Oops. We move up. We get into a position where we can maybe lay down an overwatch and go from there. Like, maybe we take this guy? Okay. This guy, I feel like, should, like, fall back. Because technically he is on, like, the verge of death. If it's, like, an XCOM tutorial mission, he could die. So, I could run all the way back here. He has no chance to hit. He's a blast. Oh, maybe he's got no chance to hit because he's a blaster rifle and takes 2 shots, right? I mean, my inclination is it's 2 dudes. I feel like I can just run him out of here. Oh, no, right. The first shot is a 1. What about setting an overwatch? Yeah, so I can set an overwatch like here.
I'm on Overwatch.
Double up on that guy.
Cab Harry Cleary.
That's a twofer if I want to get there. I guess we go for it. $65% doesn't seem that bad. Let's take the shot at this guy, because maybe I'll destroy his cover, which makes the overwatches better. He'll want to move, theoretically. Okay. And then we got you. I could do the same logic. 60%ers? Yeah, there we go. Let's target him. Alright. Then we got 2 overwatches on that person. Good hit. Okay, you destroyed your own... No, you didn't. That's the other part of cover. Fair enough. These guys are moving around the side. None of them attacked. Okay. If we start with you... Oh, you do have a hit penalty. Fair. You cannot see the enemy from where you are. If we take a movement to here... Still don't have visual. I'm inclined to leave you there. You feel like you're positioned in a way that is relatively safe. If I were to just gun down a guy with the repeating blaster, do we think we would like chew through the cover and then maybe just kill him? Let's just try it, right? Theoretically, oh, I can only see the injured one. Oh, because that guy's behind full cover. This guy can't see anybody. Uppercut. Deal damage and push backwards. This could be good. If I take you, it would put me. Ooh, I could try to knock him out this way. That's 2 AP. Can I still like fire afterwards or move out of there? 8 damage. 1 per turn. Doesn't say that it ends. Let's do it. Let's try this. Also, apparently, if I knock him back into stuff, that's effective. Ah, yes. 16, 8, 12. Wait, can I knock him... Ah, I can knock him like that, hitting the other guy. Interesting. I would rather knock this guy out so that he's vulnerable to the repeating. Looks like the highest damage I can get on him is 16 inherently. Let's try this. Okay, and then I do have a shot left on this guy. Let's go. Right in the fucking face. Okay. And then we go here, and we fire the repeating blaster on this guy who's now fucking exposed. Yeah, he gets bodied. And now we've got our last dude who just needs to confirm the kill on that guy. Can't see him from here. I can move here for 100%er, and I even have 2 shots. So I guess we'll just dangle ourselves out there completely exposed and take the kill. Perfect.
All right.
1 move left or whatever if something were to happen at the end of the battle.
Gates onto Hawks. Ready to go?
We've been ready, Mevo. Where are you?
Looking for somewhere to land that isn't swarming with separatists.
There's a platform up ahead. We'll meet you there.
He sounds vaguely like Ron Perlman. So he's like Hellboy. He's a red demon who sounds kind of like Ron Perlman. All right, navigation. Okay, so now we have a actual like exploratory section, which is completely different than XCOM. This is
Doesn't look like the Republic's gonna win today.
It ain't over till it's over.
Okay, there's our little waypoint. So without having any idea how this works precisely, I would not know if I want to, like, check all the corners, like his Luda thing.
Pad looks crowded.
Let's take a look.
So that's telling me to go there. Pico 5. Hawks can use the Pico 5 electroscope to examine things in the world, keeping an eye out for opportunities to use it and gain an advantage in your next battle or intel about the Clone Wars. Okay. I understand. I see what we're doing. Just out of curiosity, do we have any other optional menus? Doesn't seem like it. I was wondering if I could see like a team status to know if the injuries are still there, but it'll all become clear eventually. Okay, so that's like a scripted position to look at a thing, and then we just continue going, I guess. Sprinting, use... Can you just tell me that the button instead of showing me an icon? That's shift, okay. That's a real big pet peeve of mine, is like... Sometimes it's obvious what the button is, right? But sometimes it's stylized and it's not. It's like... My first assumption was correct. But I was still annoyed that it wasn't just shift.
Oh, good. They're all fresh.
Okay, he retains the damage and injury. So the mission is like multiple little separate engagements. So I guess it's different than XCOM in the sense of like you're not traversing a gridded map turn-based, you're traversing in real time, so you find a pot of enemies, then you fight them in the gridded, you know, XCOM style fight. Grenades and other explosives can damage multiple enemies. Select impact bomb, aim for the highlighted area, and use it to throw the grenade. Impact bomb. Here, taking out a whole pile of droids.
One down.
I hope the Rodian's not, like,
You do it
scripted
well,
to
my
die.
friend. Now for the rest
I'm
of
worried because he's got 2 injuries. I want to keep the Rodian alive. Call for backup. Can assist each other. Each turn, one operator can call for backup from any teammate. When providing backup, operator automatically joins the attack. Use call for backup and select trick. So, call for backup, free action. Request backup from any chosen teammate. Allies provide backup and will assist this operator's next attack. So I call for backup here.
Trick, get in on this.
So he's okay. So he is providing the backup shot. Why, other than obvious benefits, why would I do that? Was that? I guess that's free because he still has this 3 AP. Okay, I understand. Now blast the enemy.
Jitty gritty, hogsy hitty next time.
Yeah, and he's retained his AP. Hazards will do rack explosive damage. Use escape to close radio menu. Use the cursor. Select the explosive. Confirm to blast. Okay.
Heavy firing.
Okay. So that used 1 AP to shoot because we are blaster rifle. Wait. Or did that just use 1 HP as a separate action, independent from the weapon choice? That might have been what it was. You're in cover. 90% seems pretty good. Let's take out the guy. Okay. We can Overwatch. I still theoretically have a bunch of actions left. Can't uppercut. So I guess we Overwatch. Okay. 40%. 40%, 2 shots, a chance to destroy the cover and clear other people's shots. I think I'm just going to take these. Take the first one at least, see what happens. Okay, good hit. Then we get a damage bonus or whatever. Nice. Okay, and you're still free and clear. So, let's just take the big hit. If I move up, repeaters add additional damage. It's a singular attack, the damage skills. It's not multiple attacks. So it makes sense, especially when we don't need the full damage to move first. 90%. I mean, I might as well just do this. I assume 1 shot. Yeah, looks like he's dead. Hard to say. Yeah, 10 and 9. I should just look at the numbers instead of evaluating the HP bar. Okay.
Landing pad's just ahead.
Oh, I have control. That was so seamless I didn't realize I had control of the character. Okay. I assume if there's any loot, it will be scripted at this point. It'll tell me, like, tutorialize it. Yeah, I think the frame rate's a little... Like, I can feel that it's a little slow, but it's not unplayably so, so I'm not really that bothered by it. I don't know. I feel like this is part of being a fucking old gamer. I feel like some younger people are, like, really hung up on FPS and, like... Man, I've been playing games on budget PCs for fucking almost 30 years. Like, I don't mind a little FPS drop here and there. Some objectives require to interact with something, highlight it, and press the button and confirm it. Okay, so we've got a... Why would I want to do it with you? This seems like they're trying to get this man killed. I hate this. I want to keep him. I feel like he's gonna die. Okay, we cleared the landing pad. No! No! God damn it! Fuck you! I knew I could feel that man dying. I knew he was gonna die. The second they put a second injury on him, I was like, he's gonna die. God damn it. I wanted to keep the fucking Rhodian, man. Power limits require special abilities. Special abilities cost advantage. Squad gains 1 advantage each time they damage an enemy. Special resources shared between all operators. Use Hawks to shoot the striker and earn +1 advantage. Okay. So we target him, we shoot him, we get an advantage. Special abilities. With 10 advantage, you can now use Trick's Rocket Strike to turn the tide against the enemy forces. 1s per combat. 10 advantage requirement. And it's a special action, so does it cost no AP? Oops.
Fire in the hole.
But the coil cannot.
Secure the area. Alright. And that didn't cost any AP, which is crazy. Man. Can't believe they killed the Rhodian. Unfucking believable. 2 AP and a 60%er doesn't seem that bad. He is flankable, but I feel like the tutorial mission's nearly done. So I think we can play a little loose with that. Okay, yeah, man. He's very angry. Okay, so... I don't understand the ally fire thing.
Be ready.
I don't understand the condition to make that available. Or did they just take it away from me because they already taught me how to do it? Like, I don't understand what is the limitation on that. Okay, you can't make it. We could push and Overwatch. 40%. 45%. We've got 2 shots left, 20%. Let's do a move and an Overwatch, I think. Although I could try to like root him out of cover. If I destroy the cover, and if we get lucky, he dies anyway. Because like the Overwatch. No, I think it makes more sense to Overwatch. If he stays put, then he doesn't flank. Like, if this was XCOM, I think Overwatch would be the play. So let's just pretend it's XCOM and, like, assume that... I noticed this arc is covered. Can he, like, move this way to dodge my Overwatch? It is possible that might be the case. If that's the case, I mean, we have this, so I guess that's fine. Maybe he can dodge them both there. Okay.
Pulling in.
Okay, we got a droid.
Go ahead and power up a stretcher, too.
Wait, does he live? Or is he dead? They said a stretcher. Could we save this
Anything you
man?
can do.
I work wonders, not miracles.
Ah, fuck. I think he's dead.
I'd hope this be a dry job.
He was a good operator. He knew the risks. Went in with eyes wide open.
Hawks, we have a survivor.
Beat his ass for killing our
Get that
friend.
mask off.
Vital signs are critical.
Yeah, I'll say.
Those who eat. Those who are eaten.
Uh-huh.
He looks sick. What's he saying?
Not right in the head.
I am of the coil. And I am infinite. Fathom. She will show you your destiny. It is not death that awaits me. Not death. No.
Oh, death awaited you.
Well, I was wrong about that.
Okay. Leave it to the droid to
The coil.
also be quippy.
All right, I think we're done here. Let's get scarce before any more of these creeps show up.
Sorry, are we leaving our comrade on the battlefield? Alright, stole the hollow puck for hollow hockey. Total tactical rounds 8, enemies defeated 20, 292 damage. Sure. Sure. Wow, we completed our first mission. Okay, we did bring our comrade's body. I was gonna say. The Ring of Kafrene. That's from Rogue One? Is that the start of Rogue One? I don't remember. I can envision in my head Andor saying Kafrene at like some point. Kafrene. But I don't remember if it is the start of Rogue One or not. So is this our base gonna be here? We do have a. I know we have like a traversable base, like Midnight Sun's like, but smaller. You can like walk around. Okay, the Sirlanis job, operators resource gain 100 intel. You can tell that our friend died. My favorite of the generics is the one that fucking died, of course. All right, +1 focus point, gain new cross training. +1 focus point, gain new cross training. New bonds. Okay, so we have a bond system that is a thing that exists. It seems to be across multiple characters. It's not like XCOM where you bond with one dude. Casualties, Aurelio was killed. Never forget Aurelio. Gone
Can't
too
keep working
soon.
like this.
If this about the refresher, Cab said it wasn't his fault, but he won't do it again.
What?
He
No,
plugged the
no,
toilet?
this is about money. Rent is due and our last 2 clients skipped out on us.
We just wrapped up the Saralonis job.
Well, even when they pay up, it won't cover 1/3 of our debt to the Hutts. I told you it was extortion and you were all, oh, desperate times, Rue. And guess what? Surprise, surprise, now they are even more desperate.
Aurelio's gone.
Did he run off?
No.
Great. Great, so now on top of everything else, we gotta hire a new operator. With what? Credits.
Just
Lay
put
off
Cap
me.
and whoever else has people skills on collections and cut the ops budget. That'll keep the lights on for now.
There is nothing to trim. Best butcher in the galaxy couldn't find an ounce of fat.
I think she can.
Oh. How the cark do you sell a line like that?
Delivery's everything.
Yeah.
Listen. Just stick with me for now, okay? I'm working on it.
All right. But not forever.
Of course not. Hey, you know, worst case, saving your salary buys us a whole month.
Oh. Come find me at the holo table when you're ready to start digging yourself out of this hole.
He had to blow in the cartridge because, you know, it's a Super Nintendo he's using, obviously. Of course, yes. He wants to play a little Kirby Dreamland or whatever. Okay, cycle 2. Okay, so we got like a time progression. That makes sense. Business as usual, visible the holotable, optional speak with your companions, new customization items unlocked. That's a T button thing. Let's take a brief. That didn't do it. That just hides the pop-up. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Okay. Thank you. Very, very informative. Welcome to the Den. The Den is a decommissioned cargo freighter permanently docked at the Ring of Kafrene, a mining colony and deep space trading post. This is your home between missions, a place to devise strategies, manage loadouts, and check in with your operators. All right, I think we call this episode complete there with a little save. Business as usual save, sure. Okay, let's talk about the series going forward. We're going to do a full playthrough. I'm not going to refund the game because I think it's running fine. I can definitely feel a little jitter here and there, but it's nothing that I consider a deal breaker personally. And I've enjoyed the gameplay so far. I mentioned Midnight Suns. I played it. It didn't really click with me. I'm not a Marvel fan, but I do enjoy a bit of Star Wars, so I think this is going to be much more my speed, even if it does borrow some of the stuff from Midnight Suns. This sounds good to me. Yeah. And the general like format for episodes, separate from this episode and the next episode, is probably going to be that we start with a combat mission, and then we go through until the start of the next combat mission. That way we start with the action. And if you don't want to watch the logistical stuff of like talking to companions or re-equipping or what the fuck ever, then you could skip the back half of, you know, a given episode. And then that's how I ran XCOM 2 on the channel, and that generally results in highly variable episode lengths, but I think works better for making any given episode like more enjoyable. All right. Well, I think we can end this post-episode analysis shit here.